So you're saying Jesus historically absolutely did exist, and we think that this is the shroud that covered him.
A medieval artifact, which holds significant meaning for Christian, is controversial. People doubt its origin and the era it belongs to. Scientists do research and find the chilling truth behind the sacred relic, which shocked people. What is the secret of the relic? What is the hidden meaning it holds? I invite you to watch until the end of the video to understand what is the hidden meaning that the sacred relic holds. The Shroud of Turin, a highly contentious sacred relic, has sparked fierce controversy even within the Catholic Church. Carbon dating examinations pointed to its origin approximately 800 to 1,000 years after Christ's era, prompting suspicion that it was a fabrication. However, significant information has emerged, casting new light on its legitimacy. Interestingly, a member of the original examining team has publicly declared that the testing procedure was defective, making the results untrustworthy. To make matters even more intriguing, the raw data from these tests was kept hidden from the public for an incredible 27 years. There were also suspicions of financial incentives given to the laboratories involved, possibly to promote the myth that the Shroud of Turin is a medieval forgery. This raises the question of whether there are government entities interested in concealing the secrets of the Shroud of Turin. The Shroud of Turin has been carefully conserved since 1578, and it now resides in the Royal Chapel of the Cathedral of San Giovanni Battista. Its dimensions were impressive, measuring 4.3 meters in length and 1.1 meters in width. What made it extremely intriguing were the faint brownish images that appeared on its surface. Looking at the shroud, one would see the spectral likeness of a short guy with sunken eyes who was 5 feet 7 inches tall, with one half of the cloth displaying a picture of a body lying lengthwise, and the other half elegantly folding over to cover the complete front from face to feet. It appeared as though the shroud had witnessed the final moments of a life. That wasn't all, though. It was reported that the markings on the shroud bore an uncanny resemblance to the wounds sustained by Jesus Christ on the cross. The head had thorn marks on it, like someone had painfully placed a crown of thorns over it. The bruises on the shoulders suggested the weight of a hefty load carried, while the lacerations on the back appeared to tell of a vicious flogging. The stains all over the shroud, which were thought to be bloodstains, were the most moving of all. It was murmured that these stains served as hallowed memories of the supreme sacrifice made on behalf of humanity. It is crucial to remember that the Catholic Church does not officially declare a relic's authenticity. The Church has not declared itself to be more than a mere icon of Christian devotion. They do admit that it serves as a symbol for the mystery of the Lord's passion and death for millions of travelers. Since the late 19th century, scholars have investigated the shroud's secrets, using scientific means to determine its legitimacy. In 1898, scientists made a striking observation. The sepia-tone images on the shroud bore an uncanny resemblance to photographic negatives rather than genuine photos. In 1988, the Vatican resolved to settle the authenticity debate once and for all. They gave 3 laboratories in various nations microscopic samples of the shroud's linen cloth, each barely larger than a postage stamp. The goal was to do carbon-14 dating on these samples to determine the shroud's age. To their surprise, all 3 laboratories independently concluded that the textile was produced between 1260 and 1390. The intriguing thing is that, despite the carbon dating results, scientists are unable to explain the image on the shroud. It depicts a photographic negative of a body with wounds similar to those Christ would have received. While scientists can safely state that the shroud does not date from the time of Christ, they are unable to definitively describe what it signifies. For almost a century, scientists have tirelessly pursued the research of this revered artifact, hoping for a conclusive answer. Within each linen thread, they discovered an image, not formed by ink, scorching, or pigment. It was impossibly shallow, just 0.2 to 0.5 microns deep, and too fine to be produced by human hands. No chemicals, no artificial colors, no deception, just a gentle silhouette, as printed by light, or by an energy unknown to our world. But what shook the team the most was the moment the 3D image emerged on screen. Through grayscale mapping software, the figure was no longer just a mark. It became a body, a face, a crucified man, with thorn wounds on the brow, a gash in the side, blood at the wrists, and feet drawn tight in agony, and eyes closed, not in torment, but in peace. It echoed where Simon Peter entered the empty tomb and saw the linen cloths lying there, and the face cloth. Not lying with the linen cloths, but folded up in a place by itself. It was not left behind in chaos, but in divine order, like a signature from the risen Christ. That cloth was never just a symbol. It was part of the testimony. As the image appeared, a holy silence filled the room. Conversations ceased. Only the sound of breath and tears. Helen, a hardened biomedical expert, went pale. Her eyes glazed over, and her body collapsed as if drained of all strength. The team rushed to help, fearing she'd fainted. But Helen opened her eyes, and something in them had changed. "There's someone there," she whispered, as if speaking to a presence only she could perceive. "I don't know how to explain it, but I saw light in the heaven, and I saw his face." He looked at me. No words, no gesture, just a pulse of something through my heart. I cried not out of fear, but because I knew I was being touched by the holy. This is like when the risen Jesus broke bread with 2 disciples on the road to Emmaus, and their eyes were open to recognize him. Not by explanation, but by presence. "Were not our hearts burning within us while he talked with us?" they asked. That same fire, that same breath, was now alive in Helen. But then Jack, a skeptical, handsome young man, felt it too. His whole body trembled, tears streaming, as one who had just glimpsed something that did not belong to this world. I saw something beyond," Jack said, trembling. "Not death, but the other side of life, a realm of light, where every pain fades. I stood at the threshold, and I'm not afraid anymore. Not of anything. When I saw him, I fell at his feet as though dead, but he laid his right hand on me, saying, 'Fear not, I am the first and the last, and the living one.' In that room, where science had always spoken, only the breath of holiness remained. No one wanted to prove anything anymore, because all had come to understand. It was a whisper from another world. A mark of an eternal moment where God bent down to humanity and left his image behind as a tender yet thunderous reminder. I was here. I am still here. Before we continue, please take a moment to like and click the subscribe button below to support us. It seemed as though the strange discoveries surrounding the image on the Shroud of Turin had reached the peak of their mystery. Yet the journey of exploration continued, revealing even deeper layers of a sacred story, one that transcends history, geography, and science, that stretches across centuries and continents, whispering of a story older than time and more enduring than stone. With reverence for both the sacred and the scientific, a group of researchers embarked on a new phase of exploration. They brought with them tiny fiber samples, specks of dust, as if within these smallest fragments might lie an entire millennium of sacred testimony. These were placed under electron microscopes and spectral analyzers, not to challenge faith, but to seek truth. And then, the silent truths began to speak. Within the fibers of the cloth, they uncovered ancient pollen grains belonging to plants that only grow in and around Jerusalem, the very city where Jesus Christ was crucified. And when they came to a place called Golgotha, they gave him wine to drink, mixed with gall, and after tasting it, he was unwilling to drink. Further analysis revealed that other pollens have traces from Anatolia, where the shroud is said to have resided in Edessa and Constantinople, and from France, where it was once displayed in the city of Lyre during the 14th century. Each grain of pollen was like a footstep, marking the sacred journey through holy lands and across ages, a trail not drawn by ink but by the breath of history itself. But then came a discovery that left even the most seasoned researchers speechless. Limestone dust, found only around the Lion's Gate and Golgotha in Jerusalem. Through Raman spectroscopy and X-ray fluorescence, researchers detected this unique mineral clinging to the nose, knees, and feet of the figure imprinted on the cloth. And here, carrying his own cross, he went out to the place of the skull, called Golgotha. Could the dust on his knees mark the moment he collapsed under the weight? Could the particles on his nose be from when his face struck the stones? Were the grains on his feet gathered as he took each step toward death, and ultimately, toward resurrection? These findings were not mere data. They were echoes of agony and glory. It was drawn not with pigment, but with the fingerprints of earth and time. Peter rose and ran to the tomb. Stooping and looking in, he saw the linen cloths by themselves, and he went home marveling at what had happened. And it speaks again, not just of death, but of a journey, a call, a testimony written in dust and pollen that invites us to follow the path from Golgotha to glory, from skepticism to belief. And yet, as if the veil of mystery had not been fully lifted, another deeper layer began to reveal itself. When scientists focused their scans on the facial region of the image on the shroud, they were stunned by one of the most astonishing details ever unearthed: the faint imprint of coins pressed over the eyes of the man wrapped in the cloth. Using soft X-ray imaging and multispectrum photo processing, the research team detected two small circular shapes, perfectly symmetrical, in the area of the eyes. When resolution was enhanced and grayscale data reconstructed, faint markings slowly emerged, and experts to identify them as Roman coins from the reign of Herod Antipas, which circulated around 2931 AD. This discovery raises an even deeper question. Could this shroud be more than a burial cloth? Could it be the final veil that once covered the face of the Holy One? A startling discovery at Jesus' tomb shakes foundations of Christianity. Unearthed artifacts spark controversy and debate among believers and scholars alike. More details on this groundbreaking find are to follow. Embark on a captivating journey with us as we explore recent scientific breakthroughs, challenge age-old beliefs, revealing startling truths about their origins. Delve into the intersection of faith, science, and history as we unravel the enigma of the Shroud. The Shroud of Turin. In today's deep dive, we explore a revelation that has sent ripples through the realms of history, religion, and science alike. The focal point of our investigation is none other than the Shroud of Turin, an artifact steeped in mystery and venerated by many as one of Christianity's most significant relics. This enigmatic piece of linen, which bears the faint image of a man's face and body, has been shrouded in controversy for centuries, with debates raging over its origin and authenticity. The Shroud of Turin first captured public attention in the 14th century, yet it wasn't until recent decades that modern technology allowed scientists to examine it more closely. The intrigue surrounding the shroud intensified in 1988, when radiocarbon dating tests suggested it was a medieval creation, dating from between 1260 and 1390, thus post-dating the life of Christ. This finding sparked a fierce debate among scholars, theologians, and the faithful, many of whom questioned the validity of the tests and pointed to historical records suggesting the shroud's existence well before the medieval period. However, the plot thickened in the early 21st century when new research emerged, challenging the 1988 findings. Critics of the original radiocarbon dating pointed to potential contamination and the possibility of repair patches affecting the results. Moreover, forensic analyses of the pollen grains and textile patterns on the shroud suggested a much earlier origin, possibly linking it to the Middle East in the 1st century. Captivating mystery of the Shroud of Turin, an artifact that has enthralled the world with its enigmatic presence and the profound questions it poses. This ancient linen cloth, bearing the faint image of a man who appears to have suffered physical trauma in a manner consistent with crucifixion, continues to be a focal point of intense debate and fascination. The shroud first came into the spotlight in the late 19th century, but it was the advent of carbon dating technology in the 1980s that propelled the artifact into the center of a scientific and theological storm. In 1988, a consortium of scientists performed radiocarbon dating on snippets of cloth, concluding that it originated in the Middle Ages, around the 13th or 14th century. This finding cast doubt on the authenticity of the shroud as the burial cloth of Jesus of Nazareth, as many had believed. However, the debate was far from over. Critics of the carbon dating pointed out potential flaws in the methodology, including the possibility of contamination or the testing of a section of the cloth that may have been repaired in the Middle Ages. Furthermore, the absence of paint, pigment, or other artistic substances on the shroud challenges the notion of it being a medieval forgery. Perhaps most intriguing are the shroud's three-dimensional image properties, a characteristic not found in any other known artifact. This, along with the precise alignment of the wounds on the image with the biblical account of Jesus' crucifixion, has led some researchers to argue for the shroud's authenticity. Adding to the mystique, advanced imaging techniques reveal details in the shroud's imagery that were not visible to the naked eye, including subtleties in the wounds and the figure's posture that some argue correlate with the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. These findings have reignited discussions and opened new avenues of inquiry into the shroud's past. As we stand at the crossroads of faith and science, the Shroud of Turin remains a testament to the enduring human fascination with the unknown and the unexplained. We are reminded of the delicate interplay between faith and science. The Shroud of Turin, with its silent testimony woven in threads of linen, invites us to ponder the mysteries of our past, the limits of our knowledge, and the enduring quest for truth in a world brimming with unanswered questions. Its story is a compelling narrative of mystery, faith, and the relentless pursuit of truth, challenging us to consider the limits of our understanding and the depths of our belief. As the debate over its origins continues, the Shroud of Turin invites us to reflect on the complex interplay between history, religion, and science, reminding us that some mysteries may forever lie just beyond our grasp. The Ark of the Covenant. We pivot from the mysteries of the Shroud of Turin to another artifact of profound biblical significance: the Ark of the Covenant. Central to the ancient Israelites' religious practices, the Ark is described in the Hebrew Bible as a sacred chest built at the command of God, housing nothing less than the 2 stone tablets of the 10 Commandments. The Ark's history is steeped in tales of divine interaction and protection, symbolizing God's presence with His people. Its journey, from its construction on Mount Sinai to its residence in the Temple of Solomon, is marked by episodes of awe-inspiring miracles and dire consequences for those who treated it with irreverence. The Bible recounts how the Ark parted the Jordan River, toppled the walls of Jericho, and inflicted turmoil on the Philistines when captured. However, the whereabouts of the Ark have been shrouded in mystery since the Babylonian conquest of Jerusalem. This has given rise to numerous theories and expeditions aiming to uncover its final resting place, but none have succeeded in providing conclusive evidence of its existence or location in modern times. The narrative takes an intriguing turn with the Christian belief that Jesus Christ, upon His prophesied return, will bring back the Ark, unveiling its divine nature and power once again. This belief underscores the Ark's enduring significance, not just as a historical or religious artifact, but as a symbol of God's covenant with mankind. As we delve into the lore surrounding the Ark of the Covenant, we're reminded of the powerful interplay between faith, history, and the enduring human quest for connection with the divine. The mysteries of these sacred relics, from the Shroud of Turin to the Ark of the Covenant, continue to captivate the imagination and spirit, challenging us to ponder the deeper meanings and truths that lie at the heart of our shared human heritage. We embark on a captivating journey through time and belief, exploring the enduring enigma of the Ark of the Covenant. This sacred artifact, central to the ancient Israelite tradition, has fascinated historians, theologians, and seekers of the divine across millennia. Its lore is a testament to the intricate dance of faith and history, a dance that beckons us to explore the profound connections we seek with the divine. The Ark of the Covenant is not just an artifact of religious significance. It is a symbol of the divine presence and a testament to the covenant between God and His people. Described in the Hebrew Bible as the sacred chest containing the 10 Commandments, the Ark's historical journey from Mount Sinai to its last known location in the Temple of Solomon in Jerusalem is shrouded in mystery and miracle. As we delve deeper into the narrative of the Ark, we encounter stories of its formidable power, how it parted the Jordan River, brought down the walls of Jericho, and struck down those who mishandled it. These accounts are not mere tales from the past. They are vibrant threads in the tapestry of human spirituality, weaving together elements of awe, reverence, and the sacred fear of the divine. The disappearance of the Ark during the Babylonian conquest has only deepened its mystery, sparking centuries of speculation, expeditions, and scholarly debate. Yet, the absence of physical evidence has not diminished its spiritual allure. Instead, it has amplified the Ark's symbolic power, transforming it into a beacon of faith, a reminder of the divine promise, and a symbol of the eternal quest for holiness and understanding. In our contemporary quest for meaning, the story of the Ark, alongside the mysteries of the Shroud of Turin and other sacred relics, invites us to reflect on the deeper truths of our existence. These artifacts challenge us to consider the ways in which the divine intersects with the human, how sacred history informs our present, and how faith can guide us in the uncharted territories of the future. As we ponder the lore of the Ark of the Covenant and its place in our collective heritage, we are reminded of the enduring power of faith to inspire, to mystify, and to unite. In the face of the unknown, these ancient symbols serve as lighthouses, guiding us through the seas of history and belief, toward a deeper understanding of ourselves and the divine mystery that envelops our world. The Shroud of Turin and the Ark of the Covenants. In the annals of historical intrigue, two artifacts stand out with an air of mystique and reverence: the Shroud of Turin and the Ark of the Covenant. The Shroud of Turin, purported to be the burial cloth of Jesus Christ, has captivated the faithful and skeptics alike for centuries. Its faint, enigmatic image of a man's face and body, bearing wounds reminiscent of crucifixion, has sparked debates over its authenticity and significance, blending science with spirituality in a captivating narrative that continues to unfold. Meanwhile, the Ark of the Covenant, a sacred relic described in the biblical accounts, is shrouded in mystery and legend. Believed by some to possess divine powers, including the ability to communicate with the Almighty, its whereabouts have long been the subject of speculation and fascination. From Indiana Jones-esque quests to scholarly pursuits, the search for the Ark has captured imaginations worldwide, with its ultimate discovery remaining an elusive dream for many. Both artifacts embody a potent blend of faith, history, and intrigue, inviting exploration and interpretation with each passing generation. Whether viewed through the lens of religious devotion or archaeological curiosity, the Shroud of Turin and the Ark of the Covenant continue to hold humanity in thrall, reminding us of the enduring power of belief and the enduring allure of the unknown. End of Times Prophecy. As we turn our attention from the tangible mysteries of ancient religious artifacts to the ethereal realm of end times prophecy, this fascinating topic has intrigued theologians, scholars, and believers for centuries, painting a picture of apocalyptic events that signal the culmination of the world as we know it. End times prophecy, as outlined in various religious texts, describes a series of dramatic, even cataclysmic events that precede the final judgment and the establishment of a new divine order. These prophecies speak of wars, natural disasters, moral decay, and the ultimate battle between good and evil, leading to a transformative renewal of both humanity and the earth itself. However, the focus of our discussion tonight isn't on the sensational aspects of these prophecies, but rather on the profound message underlying them: the call for spiritual readiness. Unlike the common misconceptions that emphasize stockpiling resources or predicting dates, the true essence of preparing for the end times lies in the development of one's character and virtues. The emphasis on qualities such as justice, mercy, and humility serves as a clarion call to individuals and societies alike. It urges us to reflect on our actions, our treatment of others, and our stewardship of the earth. These virtues are not just lofty ideals, but are practical necessities for fostering a world that can withstand the challenges of the end times. In this segment, we dive deeper into the profound realm of end times prophecy, a subject that has captivated the human imagination across cultures and epochs. These prophecies, found in sacred texts around the globe, paint vivid pictures of dramatic and sometimes cataclysmic events that herald the approach of the final judgment and the dawn of a new divine era. From wars and natural disasters to moral decay and the ultimate confrontation between the forces of good and evil, these narratives foretell a period of unparalleled upheaval, leading to the transformative renewal of humanity and the earth itself. Yet, our focus on this subject shifts from the spectacular imagery often associated with these prophecies to the deeper, more resonant message they convey: the imperative of spiritual readiness. This preparation transcends the materialistic inclinations to hoard resources, or the futile attempts to pinpoint specific dates for these prophesied events. Instead, it beckons us toward a more profound and introspective journey, one that involves the cultivation of our inner virtues and character. The call to foster qualities such as justice, mercy, and humility is not merely aspirational. It is a practical and urgent plea for personal and collective transformation. These virtues, foundational to the fabric of a resilient and compassionate society, assume critical importance as we contemplate the challenges of the end times. Justice, in this context, urges us to champion fairness and equality, to stand against oppression, and to uphold the dignity of all beings. Mercy calls us to extend compassion and forgiveness, even in the face of grievance or enmity, fostering a culture of understanding and reconciliation. Humility, perhaps the most understated of virtues, invites us to acknowledge our limitations, to remain open to learning and growth, and to cultivate a sense of solidarity and shared destiny with all of creation. As we reflect on the message of end times prophecy, we are reminded that the true battleground for preparing for such times lies not in the physical realm, but within the human heart. It is here, in the quiet but profound work of nurturing justice, mercy, and humility, that we find the strength and resilience to face whatever the future may hold. This spiritual readiness, nurtured through deliberate practice and reflection, equips us to navigate the uncertainties of the end times with grace and fortitude, transforming the prophecy from a narrative of despair into one of hope and renewal. As we explore the depths of end times prophecy, we are reminded of its ultimate purpose: to awaken within us a sense of urgency for personal transformation and spiritual renewal. It challenges us to look beyond the material and transient aspects of our lives and to cultivate a heart and spirit that are in harmony with the divine. In this light, end times prophecy serves as a beacon, guiding us toward a path of moral and spiritual fortitude. It beckons us to live with purpose, compassion, and humility, preparing not just for the apocalyptic events it foretells, but for a life that transcends the here and now, reaching into the eternity that awaits. Importance of faith. Delving into a profound and often personal theme, the importance of faith, especially in the context of the enduring debates and mysteries surrounding religious artifacts, like the Shroud of Turin. In an era where scientific skepticism often takes center stage, the intrigue and discussions generated by such enigmatic relics play a significant role in the spiritual journey of many. The Shroud of Turin, with its haunting image and contentious history, serves as a prime example of this interplay between faith and reason. While carbon dating and forensic analyses offer a scientific lens through which to view the shroud, for many, these investigations only deepen the mystery and, in turn, the allure of the sacred. It's a fascinating paradox. The more we scrutinize these artifacts with the tools of modern science, the more we are drawn into contemplation of the divine. This phenomenon raises important questions about the nature of faith in the modern world. Faith, often seen as belief in the absence of empirical evidence, finds a peculiar kind of nourishment in the debate over the shroud and similar artifacts. Rather than eroding belief, the scientific examination of these relics can strengthen it, highlighting the resilience and complexity of faith in the face of uncertainty. Moreover, these discussions bring to light the communal aspect of faith. They gather individuals from diverse backgrounds and beliefs into a shared space of inquiry and wonder. Whether one views the shroud as a genuine relic of Christ or a medieval creation, the conversation itself can be a catalyst for deeper spiritual reflection and connection. In essence, the importance of faith, underscored by the mysteries surrounding religious artifacts, lies not in providing definitive answers, but in the search itself. It's in this search that individuals find room for growth, resilience, and a deeper understanding of their beliefs. As we continue to explore and debate the origins and meanings of these ancient relics, we are reminded of the enduring power of faith to inspire, challenge, and unite. Today, we delve deep into the essence of faith, a topic that resonates with profound significance, particularly when juxtaposed with the enigmatic allure of religious artifacts like the Shroud of Turin. In an age dominated by empirical evidence and scientific validation, the mystique surrounding such artifacts plays a pivotal role in the spiritual odyssey of countless individuals. The Shroud of Turin, with its cryptic visage and turbulent past, epitomizes the dynamic interplay between belief and empirical inquiry. Despite rigorous scientific scrutiny through methods like carbon dating, the mystery of the shroud only seems to magnify, drawing us closer to a contemplative engagement with the sacred. This intriguing paradox prompts a deeper examination of faith's role in contemporary society. Faith, traditionally viewed as conviction beyond the realm of visible proof, gains an unexpected reinforcement from the debates encircling the shroud and similar enigmatic relics. Contrary to diminishing conviction, the scientific exploration of these ancient objects tends to fortify faith, showcasing its enduring nature and intricate layers in the face of doubt and debate. Furthermore, the discourse surrounding these relics unveils a collective dimension of faith, uniting people across diverse spectrums of belief and skepticism in a mutual quest for understanding. Whether one regards the shroud as an authentic relic of Jesus Christ or a product of medieval craftsmanship, the ensuing dialogue serves as a powerful impetus for deeper spiritual introspection and connection. At its core, the significance of faith, amplified by the mysteries encasing religious artifacts, transcends the quest for conclusive evidence. It is within this journey of exploration and inquiry that individuals discover opportunities for personal growth, resilience, and an enriched comprehension of their spiritual convictions. As we navigate through the complexities and debates surrounding the origins and implications of these age-old relics, we are continually reminded of faith's remarkable capacity to enlighten, provoke thought, and forge unity among us, underscoring its timeless relevance in our collective quest for meaning and truth. Historical and spiritual significance. In this feature, we explore the profound historical and spiritual significance that artifacts like the Shroud of Turin and the Ark of the Covenant hold for countless individuals around the globe. These ancient relics, steeped in mystery and reverence, serve as tangible connections to the pivotal events and narratives that have shaped not only the foundation of various faiths, but also the course of human history. The Shroud of Turin, for instance, with its enigmatic imprint of a crucified man, invites us into the heart of Christian theology, echoing the passion and resurrection of Jesus Christ. Despite the swirling debates over its authenticity, the shroud remains a powerful symbol of faith, a visual representation of the central biblical narrative of suffering, redemption, and hope. Similarly, the Ark of the Covenant, described in the Hebrew Bible as the sacred chest holding the tablets of the Ten Commandments, symbolizes the covenant between God and the people of Israel. Its historical and spiritual significance transcends its physical form, representing God's presence, guidance, and the foundational laws that underpin moral and social order. These artifacts, and others like them, are more than mere objects of antiquarian interest. They are profound symbols that link the faithful to the very roots of their beliefs. They evoke a sense of continuity with the past, grounding spiritual practices in the historical events that gave rise to them. For believers, these connections are not just symbolic, they are visceral, fostering a deep sense of belonging and identity. Moreover, the enduring fascination with these relics extends beyond the religious sphere, captivating the imagination of historians, archaeologists, and the general public. They prompt us to reflect on the origins of our shared cultural heritage and the ways in which sacred narratives have been woven into the fabric of human civilization. As we delve into the stories and mysteries that surround these ancient artifacts, we are reminded of their enduring power to inspire faith, provoke thought, and bridge the vast expanse of time, connecting us in profound ways to the historical events and spiritual truths that have shaped our world. Significance of the Shroud of Turin, the Ark of the Covenant, and the End of Times prophecy. In today's global landscape, where curiosity intersects with faith and ancient mysteries, few relics hold as much intrigue and speculation as the Shroud of Turin, the Ark of the Covenant, and the prophecies surrounding the end of times. The Shroud of Turin, purported to be the burial cloth of Jesus Christ, continues to captivate both believers and skeptics alike. Its enigmatic image, said to be that of a crucified man, has been the subject of fervent study and debate for centuries, offering a tangible connection to the central figure of Christianity. Similarly, the Ark of the Covenant, described in the Hebrew Bible as containing the stone tablets of the Ten Commandments, stands as a symbol of divine presence and covenantal relationship between God and humanity. Its whereabouts remain one of the greatest unsolved mysteries, with theories ranging from hidden chambers beneath Jerusalem to far-flung lands like Ethiopia. Amidst these relics lies the ominous specter of end-times prophecy, woven into the fabric of various religious traditions. From the Book of Revelation in Christianity to the concept of messianic redemption in Judaism and the arrival of Imam Mahdi in Islam, the anticipation of apocalyptic events grips the collective imagination. The Shroud of Turin, the Ark of the Covenant, and end-of-times prophecy. The Shroud of Turin, believed by many to be the burial cloth of Jesus Christ, bears the faint image of a man who appears to have suffered crucifixion, sparking centuries of debate and intrigue among scholars and believers alike. Moving on to the Ark of the Covenant, an ancient artifact described in religious texts as containing the tablets of the Ten Commandments, its mysterious disappearance has fueled countless theories and expeditions in search of its whereabouts, making it a subject of fascination and speculation. Finally, the end-of-times prophecy, found in various religious traditions, foretells of cataclysmic events and the eventual culmination of human history, serving as a source of both fear and hope for many believers. These three topics, each rich with history and significance, continue to captivate minds and spark discussions as humanity grapples with questions of faith, history, and the future. We have the Ark of the Covenant, an ancient artifact described in religious texts as containing the stone tablets inscribed with the Ten Commandments. Its whereabouts have long been shrouded in mystery, leading to speculation ranging from hidden chambers beneath Jerusalem to theories of its transport to distant lands. Despite extensive searches and claims of discovery, the Ark remains one of history's greatest unsolved mysteries. Finally, we delve into the realm of end-of-times prophecy, a concept deeply ingrained in various religious traditions. From the Book of Revelation in Christianity to the eschatological beliefs of Judaism and Islam, these prophecies foretell of cataclysmic events signaling the end of the world as we know it. While interpretations vary widely, the anticipation of apocalyptic scenarios continues to captivate believers and skeptics alike, sparking contemplation about humanity's ultimate destiny. In summary, the Shroud of Turin, the Ark of the Covenant, and end-of-times prophecy stand as enduring symbols of faith, mystery, and contemplation, inviting further exploration and debate into the realms of religion, history, and the human condition. Stay tuned for more in-depth analyses and discussions on these captivating topics. Eternal Father, in your boundless grace, we seek your healing touch and divine guidance. In moments of joy and trials, help us to see your hand at work, guiding our paths towards spiritual growth. Grant us the strength to trust in your perfect plan, finding solace in your presence through every season of life. Illuminate our journey with your wisdom, that we may navigate challenges with faith and grace. May your love heal our wounds, and your light lead us, fostering a deeper connection with you. In every breath, may we feel your guiding spirit. Amen. In spirit. Amen. In spirit. Amen. In spirit.
Slams on the brakes and climbs off the motorcycle. The reaction was perfectly timed.
Have you ever heard of divine apparitions in modern times? Imagine walking down a street and witnessing a celestial vision so powerful that it shakes you to your core. Today, we embark on an extraordinary journey to uncover the astonishing reports of Jesus and an army of angels appearing across the United States. These divine encounters have left witnesses in awe, their lives forever changed by what they saw. But what are these appearances? Are they miracles, illusions, or something else entirely? In this video, we delve into the heart of these mystical sightings, presenting you with gripping eyewitness accounts that defy explanation. We'll explore the impact these encounters have had on individuals and communities, raising questions about the nature and purpose of such events. Could these be messages from the divine, urging us to reflect and change? Or are they phenomena that science has yet to fully understand? Stay with us as we unravel these mysteries. We'll look at historical precedents, analyze contemporary reports, and consider various interpretations, from the deeply spiritual to the rigorously scientific. By the end of this video, You'll have a broader perspective on these remarkable occurrences, and, perhaps, your own thoughts about their significance. But first, let's set the stage with an understanding of how these appearances have been reported. Imagine a quiet town where nothing out of the ordinary ever happens. One day, a group of people witness a radiant figure descending from the sky, surrounded by a host of angels. The air is filled with a sense of peace and awe. For the witnesses, this isn't just a vision. It's a profound spiritual experience that they can't easily explain. These stories aren't isolated. Across the country, there have been numerous reports of similar encounters. In each case, the witnesses describe a sense of overwhelming love and presence, something that changes them forever. Skeptics might argue that these are just hallucinations or tricks of the light, but for those who have experienced them, there's no doubt about what they saw. We'll also hear from experts who have studied these phenomena extensively. They offer insights into the psychological and cultural factors that might contribute to these experiences. Are they manifestations of deep-seated spiritual yearnings? Or could there be a more tangible, yet unexplained force at work? Moreover, we'll explore the reactions of religious communities to these reports. Many see them as a sign of divine intervention, a call to faith, and a reminder of the presence of higher powers in our lives. We'll discuss how these encounters have inspired faith, brought communities together, and even led to personal transformations. Furthermore, we will look into the historical context of these divine appearances, comparing them with past events and understanding how they fit into the broader tapestry of human spiritual experiences. By drawing parallels and distinctions, we hope to shed light on why these events might be occurring now and what they signify for our times. So, prepare yourself for an enlightening journey. Whether you are a believer, a skeptic, or somewhere in between, this video promises to challenge your perceptions and open your mind to the extraordinary. Let's dive into these incredible accounts and see what truths they might reveal. As we move forward, consider the profound questions these appearances raise. What would it mean if these sightings were true? How would our understanding of reality and faith be transformed? And most importantly, what messages might these divine encounters hold for us, urging us to live with greater awareness, compassion, and purpose? To truly understand the significance of these modern-day apparitions of Jesus and an army of angels, we need to delve into the historical context of such phenomena. Reports of divine apparitions have been a part of human history for centuries, deeply embedded in various religious and cultural traditions. Historically, there have been numerous accounts of divine appearances dating back to ancient times. In Christianity, one of the most well-known apparitions is the appearance of the Virgin Mary in various parts of the world, such as Lourdes in France and Fatima in Portugal. These events have not only become significant religious sites, but also symbolize divine intervention and messages of hope and faith. The early Christian church was rife with reports of angelic appearances. Angels were seen as messengers of God, delivering important revelations and guidance to the faithful. For example, in the New Testament, the angel Gabriel appears to Mary to announce the birth of Jesus, a pivotal moment in Christian theology. When comparing these early reports with contemporary sightings, several similarities and differences emerge. Historically, divine apparitions were often seen by individuals who played significant roles in religious history: prophets, saints, and other holy figures. These appearances were usually tied to major religious events or messages intended for the broader community. In contrast, modern reports of Jesus and angelic apparitions seem to occur more randomly and are witnessed by ordinary people. This democratization of divine encounters could suggest a shift in how these phenomena are perceived and the role they play in contemporary spirituality. Despite the differences, there are striking commonalities across historical and modern reports. Witnesses often describe a sense of overwhelming peace and love, accompanied by visual phenomena such as bright lights or radiant figures. These experiences are frequently life-changing, leading to renewed faith, spiritual awakening, and sometimes even miraculous healings. Moreover, both historical and modern apparitions often occur during times of crisis or significant change. In history, many of these events took place during periods of religious persecution, war, or social upheaval. Similarly, recent reports of divine appearances often emerge during personal or collective crises, suggesting a timeless connection between human suffering and the search for divine intervention. The impact of these apparitions on culture and religion cannot be overstated. Historically, divine appearances have inspired the construction of churches, the establishment of pilgrimage sites, and the creation of countless works of art and literature. These events have solidified faith, fostered community cohesion, and even influenced political movements. In modern times, the impact remains profound. Reports of Jesus and angelic apparitions continue to draw significant attention, inspiring documentaries, books, and media coverage. These phenomena resonate deeply with believers, offering a sense of hope and reaffirming their faith in a higher power. While divine apparitions hold immense religious significance, they have also been subject to skepticism and scientific scrutiny. Throughout history, skeptics have questioned the validity of these experiences, often attributing them to psychological phenomena, hallucinations, or cultural influences. Modern science offers various theories to explain these apparitions. Some researchers suggest that intense spiritual experiences, such as those reported by witnesses, could be linked to neurological processes in the brain. Others propose that these sightings might be influenced by environmental factors or collective psychological states, especially during times of stress or crisis. Different religious traditions interpret these apparitions in unique ways. In Christianity, appearances of Jesus and angels are often seen as divine interventions, messages from God meant to guide and comfort the faithful. These events are typically regarded as miracles, reinforcing religious teachings and encouraging deeper devotion. In other religious contexts, similar phenomena are interpreted within the framework of their own beliefs. For instance, in Islam, visions of prophets or angelic beings are viewed as significant spiritual events, while in Hinduism, divine manifestations are seen as the presence of deities in the material world. The resurgence of reports about Jesus and an army of angels appearing in the United States raises intriguing questions about their modern-day significance. Why are these sightings happening now? What messages might they convey in today's context? One perspective is that these apparitions serve as a call for spiritual renewal. In a world facing numerous challenges, from social and political turmoil to environmental crises, these divine encounters might be urging humanity to return to spiritual values, fostering greater compassion, unity, and hope. Another interpretation is that these appearances are a response to the deep-seated spiritual hunger in contemporary society. As traditional religious structures evolve and new spiritual movements emerge, people are seeking direct, personal experiences of the divine. These apparitions, therefore, could be seen as manifestations of this quest for deeper spiritual connection and meaning. Understanding the historical context of divine apparitions provides valuable insights into the modern reports of Jesus and an army of angels appearing across the United States. By examining the patterns, impacts, and interpretations of these phenomena throughout history, we can better appreciate their significance in today's world. As we continue to explore these extraordinary accounts, we will delve into compelling eyewitness stories, analyze scientific and religious perspectives, and reflect on the cultural impact of these divine encounters. Stay with us as we uncover the profound mysteries and potential messages behind these heavenly apparitions. Now, let's delve into the heart of these remarkable stories by exploring the first-hand accounts of those who claim to have witnessed the appearances of Jesus and an army of angels in the United States. These stories are not just fascinating but also deeply moving, providing a glimpse into experiences that defy ordinary understanding. Our first story takes us to a small town in Texas. It was an ordinary summer evening when a group of local residents witnessed something extraordinary. As they gathered for their weekly prayer meeting, a bright light suddenly filled the room. According to the witnesses, the light was so intense that it illuminated the entire space with a divine radiance. In the center of this light, they saw a figure resembling Jesus, surrounded by a host of angels. One of the witnesses, Sarah, recalls the event vividly. The moment the light appeared, I felt an overwhelming sense of peace and love. It was as if time stood still, and all my worries vanished. The figure of Jesus was so clear and the angels around him were glowing. It felt like heaven had come down to earth. The impact of this event on the community was profound. Many who were present reported a renewed sense of faith and purpose in their lives. They began to gather more frequently for prayer and community service, inspired by the divine encounter. Next, we moved to the vast deserts of Arizona, where a lone traveler named Michael had an unexpected encounter. Michael, a seasoned hiker, was exploring a remote trail when he noticed an unusual glow in the distance. Curiosity piqued. He decided to investigate. As he approached, he saw what he describes as an army of angels standing in formation, with Jesus at the center, his arms outstretched as if blessing the land. Michael's account is detailed and passionate. "I've always considered myself a rational person, not prone to seeing things that aren't there. But this was real. The angels were majestic, and the figure of Jesus was so serene and powerful. I felt a profound connection to something greater than myself, something divine." This experience transformed Michael. He abandoned his materialistic pursuits and dedicated his life to spiritual exploration and helping others find their path. He now shares his story widely, hoping to inspire others to seek the divine in their own lives. In the bustling streets of New York City, amidst the noise and chaos, a group of office workers experienced a moment of divine intervention. It was during their lunch break, and they were gathered in a small park. Suddenly, a brilliant light enveloped them, and in the light, they saw the unmistakable figure of Jesus, surrounded by angels singing harmoniously. Jessica, one of the office workers, recounts the experience. "It was like nothing I've ever seen before. The light was warm and comforting, and the music from the angels was heavenly. Seeing Jesus there, in the middle of New York City, made me realize that the divine is present everywhere, even in the most unlikely places." This encounter had a ripple effect on the group. They formed a spiritual support network, meeting regularly to discuss their experiences and support each other in their spiritual journeys. The event also inspired them to engage in various charitable activities, spreading love and kindness in their community. Our next account comes from a small church in Alabama. During a regular Sunday service, the congregation experienced what they describe as a divine visitation. As they sang hymns, a radiant light descended upon the church. In the light, they saw Jesus and an army of angels, their presence filling the room with an overwhelming sense of peace and joy. Pastor John, who was leading the service, shares his experience. "I've always had faith, but seeing Jesus and the angels in our church was beyond anything I could have imagined. It was a powerful affirmation of our faith, and a reminder that we are never alone." The congregation's response was one of unity and increased devotion. Many reported feeling a deepened connection to their faith and a renewed commitment to their spiritual practices. The church became a beacon of hope and inspiration for the wider community, attracting new members who were moved by the stories of the divine encounter. In California, a family experienced a miraculous healing following a divine encounter. Emily, a mother of two, had been battling a severe illness for years. One night, as her family prayed for her recovery, a bright light filled their home. In the light, they saw Jesus and angels, their presence bringing a sense of calm and hope. Emily describes the event. "The light was so pure and beautiful. Seeing Jesus and the angels gave me strength. I felt a warmth spread through my body, and from that moment, my health began to improve." Emily's recovery was indeed miraculous, baffling her doctors. Her family attributes her healing to the divine intervention they witnessed that night. Inspired by this miracle, they have become vocal advocates for faith and prayer, sharing their story with others and encouraging them to believe in the power of divine intervention. Finally, we visit a school in Ohio, where a group of children reported seeing Jesus and angels during their recess. The children were playing when a bright light appeared in the sky, descending into their schoolyard. In the light, they saw Jesus and a host of angels, smiling and watching over them. Teachers and parents were initially skeptical, but the consistent and detailed accounts from the children convinced them that something extraordinary had occurred. The children described feelings of immense joy and love, and many of them have shown a newfound interest in spirituality and kindness towards others. One of the children, Lily, shared her thoughts. It was like seeing a dream come true. Jesus and the angels were so beautiful, it made me feel happy and safe. The event had a lasting impact on the school community, fostering a spirit of kindness, cooperation, and mutual support among the students and staff. The school even introduced a program to encourage spiritual and moral development, inspired by the children's experience. As we delve deeper into the extraordinary reports of Jesus and an army of angels appearing across the United States, it's crucial to analyze these accounts from multiple perspectives. This section will explore the scientific, psychological, and religious interpretations of these phenomena, offering a comprehensive understanding of what might be behind these divine encounters. From a scientific viewpoint, several theories attempt to explain the phenomena of divine apparitions. Neuroscience, for example, suggests that intense spiritual experiences might be linked to specific brain activity. Researchers have identified areas of the brain that are activated during profound religious experiences, such as the temporal lobes, which are associated with sensory perception and emotional responses. One theory posits that individuals who report seeing divine figures may be experiencing temporal lobe epilepsy, a condition that can cause vivid hallucinations and intense feelings of spirituality. Dr. Michael Persinger, a neuroscientist, has conducted experiments using a device called the God helmet, which stimulates the temporal lobes with magnetic fields. Participants wearing the helmet often report experiencing a presence or seeing divine figures, suggesting that these experiences might be generated by the brain rather than external supernatural forces. Additionally, some scientists propose that stress and emotional distress can trigger hallucinations. During times of crisis, the brain may create comforting visions to help individuals cope with their situations. This explanation aligns with many reports of divine apparitions occurring during periods of personal or collective hardship, providing a psychological mechanism for these experiences. Psychologists offer several interpretations of divine apparitions, focusing on the human need for meaning and comfort. Carl Jung, a pioneering psychologist, introduced the concept of the collective unconscious, a part of the unconscious mind shared by all humans. According to Jung, archetypal images and figures, such as Jesus and angels, reside in the collective unconscious and can manifest during times of crisis or spiritual awakening. From this perspective, seeing divine figures could be an expression of deep-seated psychological needs and desires. For instance, the appearance of Jesus and angels might symbolize hope, protection, and divine intervention, providing psychological solace to individuals facing difficult circumstances. Another psychological theory is that of shared delusions, or collective hallucinations. When a group of people experience a highly emotional or stressful event together, they might collectively create and reinforce a shared vision or experience. This phenomenon could explain why multiple witnesses often report seeing the same divine figures during an apparition, as their shared emotional state and cultural background influence their perceptions. Religious interpretations of these apparitions are diverse and deeply rooted in faith traditions. In Christianity, appearances of Jesus and angels are often seen as direct interventions from God. These events are believed to carry significant messages, calling for repentance, faith renewal, or conveying divine guidance and comfort. The Bible is filled with accounts of angelic visitations and divine encounters, providing a theological framework for understanding modern apparitions. For many believers, these experiences are seen as a continuation of biblical events, affirming their faith and offering reassurance of God's presence in their lives. Furthermore, some religious scholars argue that divine apparitions serve as a response to the spiritual needs of the time. As society faces increasing secularization and existential crises, these apparitions could be viewed as a divine call to return to spiritual values, foster unity, and seek higher purpose. Interestingly, similar phenomena are reported in other religious traditions as well. In Islam, there are accounts of prophetic visions and angelic encounters, often seen as signs of divine favor or messages from Allah. In Hinduism, divine manifestations are considered the presence of deities in the material world, providing blessings and guidance. A comparative religious analysis reveals that despite differences in religious doctrines, the core elements of divine apparitions visions of sacred figures, experiences of overwhelming peace and love, and subsequent spiritual transformation are remarkably consistent. This suggests a universal human experience of the divine, transcending individual religious boundaries. Cultural influence and media representation. The cultural context in which these apparitions occur also plays a significant role in shaping how they are perceived and interpreted. In the United States, a predominantly Christian nation, reports of seeing Jesus and angels resonate deeply with the cultural and religious background of many individuals. Media representation further amplifies the impact of these apparitions. News reports, documentaries, and social media posts about divine encounters can spread rapidly, influencing public perception and potentially leading to more reported sightings. The media often portrays these events with a sense of wonder and mystery, reinforcing their significance and encouraging others to share their experiences. While many embrace these apparitions as genuine, divine encounters, skeptics offer alternative explanations. Skeptics argue that these experiences can be attributed to psychological phenomena, optical illusions, or even deliberate hoaxes. They point out that human perception is highly fallible and can be influenced by suggestion, expectation, and environmental factors. For instance, pareidolia, the tendency to see familiar patterns in random stimuli, could explain why people see figures resembling Jesus or angels in clouds, reflections, or shadows. Additionally, the power of suggestion can lead individuals to interpret ambiguous sensory information as a divine apparition, especially when primed by religious beliefs or media reports. One of the most compelling aspects of these apparitions is the reported miracles and healings associated with them. Many witnesses claim that their health improved, or they experienced miraculous recoveries following a divine encounter. These accounts often defy medical explanation, adding to the mystique and significance of the apparitions. From a religious perspective, these healings are seen as signs of divine intervention, reinforcing the faith of believers. For skeptics, however, these healings might be explained by the placebo effect or spontaneous remission, natural phenomena that occur independently of any supernatural influence. Beyond individual experiences, these apparitions often have a profound impact on communities. Witnesses report increased church attendance, renewed interest in spiritual practices, and a stronger sense of community cohesion following a divine encounter. These events can inspire charitable activities, social justice initiatives, and other forms of collective action aimed at improving the community. Personal transformation is another common theme in these accounts. Individuals who experience a divine apparition often describe a shift in their priorities and values, moving away from materialistic pursuits towards a more spiritually oriented life. These transformations can lead to significant lifestyle changes, such as dedicating oneself to religious service, philanthropy, or other altruistic endeavors. Given the complexity of these phenomena, an interdisciplinary approach is essential for a comprehensive understanding. Combining insights from neuroscience, psychology, theology, and cultural studies allows for a more nuanced analysis of divine apparitions. For instance, neurotheology, a field that explores the relationship between spirituality and the brain, offers valuable insights into how religious experiences are processed and perceived. Similarly, cultural anthropology examines how different societies interpret and respond to divine encounters, highlighting the interplay between individual experiences and broader cultural narratives. Analyzing divine apparitions also raises important ethical considerations. Respecting the beliefs and experiences of witnesses is crucial, as these events are often deeply personal and meaningful. Skeptical or scientific analyses should be conducted with sensitivity, avoiding dismissive or derogatory attitudes that might undermine the witness's faith and dignity. Furthermore, the potential for exploitation must be acknowledged. In some cases, individuals or organizations might use reports of divine apparitions for personal gain, manipulating public sentiment or seeking financial profit. Ensuring that these phenomena are approached with integrity and respect is essential for maintaining their spiritual and cultural significance. The analysis of divine apparitions, such as the reported appearances of Jesus and an army of angels in the United States, reveals a rich tapestry of interpretations and perspectives. From scientific and psychological theories to religious and cultural analyses, These experiences offer profound insights into the human quest for meaning, comfort, and connection with the divine. As we continue to explore these extraordinary accounts, we must remain open to the diverse explanations and implications they present. Whether viewed as genuine divine interventions, psychological phenomena, or cultural expressions, these apparitions undeniably touch the lives of those who experience them, leaving a lasting impact on their faith, communities, and personal journeys. Divine apparitions of Jesus and an army of angels in the United States have left an indelible mark on culture and society. These sightings resonate deeply, influencing various aspects of life, from media representation to community engagement. In this section, we will explore how these apparitions have shaped cultural narratives, inspired artistic expressions, and impacted social behaviors. Media coverage plays a significant role in shaping public perception of divine apparitions. News outlets, documentaries, and social media platforms amplify these stories, reaching a wide audience and sparking widespread interest and debate. Reports of divine encounters often capture headlines, with dramatic descriptions and emotional testimonies drawing viewers in. Television programs and films have also explored these phenomena, blending fact and fiction to create compelling narratives. Shows like Unsolved Mysteries and Ancient Aliens have featured episodes on divine apparitions, presenting eyewitness accounts alongside expert analyses. These portrayals contribute to the public's fascination with supernatural events and reinforce the cultural significance of such experiences. Social media platforms provide a space for individuals to share their stories and connect with others who have had similar experiences. Hashtags related to divine apparitions trend periodically, bringing together believers, skeptics, and curious onlookers. Online communities dedicated to discussing these phenomena foster a sense of solidarity and shared belief, further embedding these experiences into the cultural fabric. The impact of divine apparitions extends to the realm of art, inspiring artists to create works that capture the essence of these encounters. Paintings, sculptures, music, and literature have all been influenced by reports of divine sightings, reflecting the profound emotional and spiritual impact of these events. Visual artists often depict scenes of apparitions with a focus on light and ethereal figures, using their medium to convey the otherworldly nature of these experiences. For instance, paintings might show a radiant Jesus surrounded by glowing angels, evoking a sense of awe and reverence. These artworks serve as both personal expressions of faith and public statements of the divine's presence in the world. Music, too, has been inspired by divine apparitions. Composers and musicians create pieces that capture the emotional intensity of these experiences, using melody and harmony to evoke feelings of wonder and spiritual transcendence. Hymns and contemporary Christian music often incorporate themes of divine encounters, reinforcing the cultural impact of these events through song. Literature provides another avenue for exploring divine apparitions. Authors write novels, memoirs, and essays that delve into personal and fictionalized accounts of these phenomena. These works not only entertain, but also provoke thought and discussion about the nature of faith, the divine, and human experience. Beyond individual and artistic expressions, divine apparitions have a tangible impact on communities and social behaviors. Reports of these sightings often lead to increased religious activity, with people flocking to churches, prayer meetings, and spiritual gatherings in search of meaning and connection. In communities where divine apparitions have been reported, there is often a surge in collective religious fervor. Churches may experience a rise in attendance, with more people participating in services, prayer groups, and community outreach programs. This renewed interest in faith can strengthen communal bonds and foster a sense of unity and purpose. Additionally, divine apparitions inspire acts of charity and social justice. Witnesses and believers, moved by their experiences, often feel compelled to give back to their communities and help those in need. This can manifest in various forms, such as volunteering, donating to charitable causes, and advocating for social change. These actions not only benefit the community, but also reinforce the positive cultural impact of divine encounters. The influence of divine apparitions extends into popular culture, shaping how these phenomena are represented in movies, television shows, books, and other media. Popular culture often reflects societal beliefs and values, and the portrayal of divine encounters is no exception. Movies and TV shows frequently depict divine apparitions as pivotal plot points, using them to explore themes of faith, redemption, and the supernatural. Characters experiencing these apparitions often undergo significant personal transformations, mirroring the real-life impact of such encounters. These portrayals can spark interest and curiosity among viewers, prompting further exploration of the topic. Books and graphic novels also delve into the theme of divine apparitions, weaving intricate stories that combine fiction with elements of real reports. These works can reach a broad audience, making the concept of divine encounters more accessible and relatable. By blending entertainment with spiritual exploration, popular culture helps keep the topic of divine apparitions alive in public consciousness. Divine apparitions have also garnered interest from scholars and educators, leading to academic studies and educational initiatives aimed at understanding these phenomena. Researchers in fields such as theology, psychology, anthropology, and sociology examine the reports and impacts of divine sightings, contributing to a deeper understanding of their significance. Universities and seminaries may offer courses and seminars that explore the history, theology, and cultural implications of divine apparitions. These educational programs provide students with a comprehensive view of the phenomena, encouraging critical thinking and open-minded exploration of spiritual experiences. Scholarly publications and journals often feature articles on divine apparitions, presenting research findings, theoretical analyses, and case studies. These contributions help legitimize the study of divine encounters, positioning them as a worthy subject of academic inquiry and public discourse. In some cases, sites associated with divine apparitions become destinations for religious tourism and pilgrimage. People travel from near and far to visit places where divine encounters have been reported, seeking spiritual experiences and personal transformation. These pilgrimage sites often feature chapels, shrines, and visitor centers, providing spaces for prayer, reflection, and learning. The influx of visitors can have a positive economic impact on the local community, supporting businesses and creating jobs. However, it also presents challenges, such as managing large crowds and preserving the sanctity of the site. Pilgrimages to these sites can be deeply meaningful for participants, offering opportunities for spiritual renewal, community bonding, and personal reflection. The cultural impact of these journeys is significant, reinforcing the importance of divine apparitions in the collective consciousness of believers. The cultural impact of divine apparitions, such as the reported appearances of Jesus and an army of angels in the United States, is vast and multifaceted. These encounters resonate deeply with individuals and communities, inspiring artistic expressions, shaping public perception, and influencing social behaviors. As we continue to explore these extraordinary phenomena, we gain a richer understanding of their role in shaping our cultural and spiritual landscapes. Now, we will turn to the personal reflections of individuals who have experienced or been touched by reports of Jesus and an army of angels appearing in the United States. These experiences have deepened faith, ignited acts of kindness, shifted life priorities, brought peace and mindfulness, strengthened religious communities, sparked miraculous healings, and fostered a sense of love and empathy in young people. The reflections highlight the profound and lasting impact of these divine encounters on personal faith, spirituality, and life choices. Like Sarah's reflection from Texas, she is one of the witnesses from the small town in Texas, shares how the divine encounter transformed her life. Before that evening, my faith was more of a routine than a living, breathing part of my life.